Today, I would like to share with you a very interesting C4D dynamic animation case. The tutorial is divided into two parts: rope simulation and hair treatment. First, search the segment by Shift+C in the scene. Segment length is set to 500, and the number of segment points is set to 150. Turn on Viewpoint Index Display. The purpose is to provide popular science knowledge to users who are not familiar with the function. Select Segment Object and press Alt to add Clone Object. Mode switch to radial quantity, change to 3 ring size 0 plane to XY. Add random effects if cloner is selected. Turn off the affected position, enable the affected rotation property, and adjust the parameters roughly. Select Cloner with the right mouse button and find the rope in the Simulation tab. The rope is affected by the default gravity and falls directly. Set the segment color and cancel the grid display and axis. Ctrl+D to set the parameters of the project. First, cancel gravity. Menu bar, define the force field and add attraction. Change the strength to 30. Default timeline 90 frames is too short. Increase the duration. Now this effect should be something that everyone can do. Then adjust the project settlement parameter settings. Smooth iterations are 4 and damping is 8. The next argument is the core command of this case. Segment subdivision parameter bar. Type automatically resetting vessel. The interpolation is changed naturally, and the number of points is changed to 8. Playing the timeline, you can see that the effect is completely different from the previous one. And that's basically it. You just add some force fields to it, and you're done. Set the target length again to make the rope looser. Finally, add a turbulent force field to make the shape more random and natural. Add a friction force so that the rope does not shake significantly. I feel that the animation of gathering in place is too blunt. Try to add a rotation force. Adjust the angle of the rotational force P to 90 to enhance the rotational force. Copy the turbulent force field. One is large and the other is small, so the effect will be more layered. Last confirmation effect before playing local hard disk cache. I am very satisfied with the current simulation effect and finally cached the time remapping. Switch the rope simulation label to the cache panel. The default is that the internal cache is written to memory. Internal cache cannot be time remapped. External cache mode must be used. Remember to save the project file before creating the cache, otherwise you will have to manually specify the cache location. We will continue the explanation after the C4D cache is completed. After a few minutes of waiting, our simulation is cached and you can pull the timeline at will. Select the rope tab in the cache panel to cancel the animation. Frame parameter settings. The starting frame is set to the last frame of the simulation, and then the keyframe is created. Pull the timeline coordinates to the position of frame 80 to set the cache time frame. The specific speed change effect is set according to your own preferences. Finally, set the keyframe animation of the end time position. Modify the line segment display color. Play the timeline again to see the simulated final effect of the time remapping. The first part of the rope simulation is all explained. If you are interested in the follow-up teaching content and C4D files, I will publish the follow-up content on the Patreon website for an in-depth explanation. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.